Ben C. Solomon, the New York Times video journalist who produced that video, joins me now via Skype from Monrovia. Ben, thank you for joining us. Can you take us back to that moment? Anybody seeing this video can sense the hysteria and the fear here. Is that what a typical day is like for the ambulance team?
No, definitely not. That was a pretty particular day, a pretty extreme circumstance. That was shot about a month ago, and it was at a time when the situation here was pretty at its worst. Ebola was at its strongest, and the response was at its weakest. That man had died a couple hours earlier, and ambulance teams were so overloaded, the burial teams were too, so that nobody could come to pick him up. The community was outraged, kind of dragged him out to the road to kind of protest, cause a bit of a stir. So yeah. It was a difficult day, and it was a pretty intense moment to film.
I'm wondering, Ben, if this is a reality check for people here in the United States, because as concerned as people are here about Ebola, it is really nothing compared to what you have seen in West Africa. And how have things changed there during the course of this epidemic?
Well, if you look at the numbers, and if you look at just the WHO reports on the people that are getting infected, then the numbers are steadily going up. It's almost at 10,000 people across West Africa that are infected now, and almost about 4,500 that have died. So those numbers alone kind of aren't lowering. They aren't getting any easier. And the situation here, though, there is a response building, and there are different assets being put in place to help slow the spread. You can still feel the problems kind of around, and you can definitely see the consequences of Ebola within the communities and within the families that have lost some of their own.
I think in your report says that there are 15 ambulances for 1.5 million people, and those ambulances just sort of rove the street every day. And another of the scenes that you witness is gut-wrenching. I want people to watch as a young Ebola patient is taken to a treatment center. Here it is.
There's no space. The doctor said he can't take the people because he's supposed to admit 50 persons, and now he get 85 in there. He's overloaded. She's very critical. She's vomiting. She's weak. Pour body for me, please. If she didn't go in, she won't live.
Not enough ambulances, not enough beds at a treatment center. What was it like to cover that moment, seeing a young girl in pain and being turned away from treatment?
It was difficult. It was difficult to watch, but more importantly, it was difficult for the ambulance workers who had to do this. I mean, their goal and their mission is to help these people. So when they have to come into situations where they're not able to help, not only not able to help, but are actively being stopped from helping, turned away from helping, it's a devastating moment for them. I was very lucky to be around them and to be able to see their courage. And in a situation like that, I was really happy because I got to see this really telling moment. I was really sad and human moment. The family was really accepting of me being there. I talked to them before they took her out of the ambulance, and they were very willing to be shot, and they were happy to kind of have their story told and make sure that their sorrows, their problems were something that could be learned from. So it was as sad as a moment as it was almost beautiful to be so included in, so a part of such an important moment, to be able to share that with some other people in the world.
That the family allowed you in for that very private and personal and solemn moment. You know, I wonder, because Ashoka Mukpo was, the freelance NBC cameraman who came down with Ebola. I wonder if you are worried about your own safety there.
Of course. I mean, I'm just as human as any other Liberians here, any other people that have gotten sick. The virus can affect me just as it can affect anyone here. What I have that most others don't hear is education about it, the know-how to understand how to prevent it, the vigilance. I've seen its consequences. I've seen how badly it's kind of devastated these communities. I've been out here for a little over 2 months now, so I've seen a lot how it's affected the people. And, I'm supported by a Western media organization. So in a way, it's just a matter of kind of taking care of yourself. But at the same time, you respect the disease every day you go outside. You have to respect what it can do and not feel any sort of comfort or complacency with working in these places where it's present and vicious.